Welcome to the Candy Shop Show. This is Candy Carroll, broadcasting from the Ozarks, and just glad you could reach us out to us on June 22nd, 2016. We've got an exciting repeat guest speaker, Mark Sorensen, will be coming online with us from the Toronto, Canada area, and he's going to be channeling some special messages from the Galactics. So, wow, it was a lovely summer solstice with a bright full moon, first time since 1967. A good show that Elizabeth had Monday night with Cynthia, channeling some Galactics and sharing a lot of astrology. So it's just a very interesting time. Let me open the candy jar treats and say that Benjamin Fulford had us a fantastic report out right now. Folks should definitely listen to his 13-minute report about General Dunford speaking to NATO, and Cynthia recognized that people will go and listen to the official report of what General Dunford said to the United Nations this last week, and then what Benjamin said was actually going on behind the scenes. So it was very interesting and encouraging, and a lot of things happening on the financial markets. For myself, I think you folks have heard, I've been interested in the Bitcoin. There's been some indication from the Galactics that this is something that they inspired these computer guys in Finland 8 years ago to write this particular kind of computer program that would produce the Bitcoins and set it up the program so there would be less and less and less. Every 4 years, there's less that is being created, and therefore each one gets more and more valuable. Right now, there are $5 billion worth of Bitcoin in circulation. And so I have been starting my trades. It's been very exciting to have my first stranger trade yesterday in Joplin, Missouri. And then another one today. So I'm trying to underbid my competitors. I don't have very many in Southwest Missouri. There's not very many people who know about Bitcoins here like they do in California, in the big cities. But it's very interesting, and it's a little bit surprising how much that the stock market was dropping today everywhere. So interesting times out there. Now, I hear that our some people that are kind of new to the Candy Shop Show and the Diamond Network are struggling with negative attacks. And let's just remember and reaffirm positive to expect strong protection from our guides, strong protections when we use our magical wards. Remember, I am selling magical wards that were designed by the Galactics and shared through Christopher Stephen Jacobs. And so if folks, want to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope and $5, I'll send you 4 copies of these to put in each of your windows and front and back doors, and Chris said also put them on your television set to protect you from the crystals and the cabal's efforts to reach out through the flat screens and the other televisions and manipulate your mind. So indeed, I feel like I'm under a lot stronger protection as we're going into fourth and fifth dimension, since I have been more focused on using the magical words that Chris and others like Cynthia have shared on the Diamond Network. Okay. And sure, it's like we're in this retrograde situation like that, Cynthia and the others are saying. So it's just like communications were awful today for me. It was so funny. I was saying and trying to communicate one thing, and the people were hearing something else. It wasn't anything big or bad or nothing. It was just kind of funny that people were hearing me say something different than I was saying, and the same way with them. So that's the way it is with this retrograde situation going on right now. And I hope people can have an open heart and hear what's really being said tonight on the Candy Shop show. Now, of course, the biggest news was the fabulous show, the special edition show of the Candy Shop show last Saturday with Christopher Stephen Jacobs. And it was so amazing, the announcement that Valiant Thor honored us by making through our show and about the ritual that he shared. And I'm going to share that again later in this evening. But I must say, everyone really, really needs to go to Diamonds Forever channel and listen to the show from June 18th. Both Raw spoke as well as Valiant Thor, and made some important announcements for both our side and for the Cabal to hear. So things are changing. Things are changing rapidly. Well, I think I'll put the lid back on the candy jar for right now. And Elizabeth, would you help us call in the Galactics and affirm the Law of One for us this evening?
Well, thank you. Hello, Diamonds. Keep on shining, everyone. So I just want to humbly, with humble gratitude, thank Mark Sorensen for being drawn to Diamonds Network to share what the Galactics want to share to people on Earth. So I want to just call in all of our ancestors, a spiritual court of equity of all of our ancestors, and we want to call in our higher selves, our spiritual, mental, physical, emotional selves. We want to call in the 360 angels that are assigned to each degree around Mother Earth. We call in all of our brothers and sisters, star-wise, in every time and dimension and space that galacta-wise with us on Diamonds Network, those ones that know us, and the ones that are watching us, you're welcome. The ones that want to speak up, come on in and shine like a diamond with all of us. So thank you all for coming. And I especially want to lift up this petition for the highest good of all concerned for Mark's life and his journey and his destiny and the circumstances he's in now. And I want to just call a spiritual court of equity of all of my ancestors to help Mark. I want to hook up with Christopher Stephen Jacobs and Cynthia Rose Schlosser and just declare the highest good of all concerned over Mark and his life and spiritual, physical, mental, emotional self in all aspects, known or unknown, understood or not understood. And I just want to expand the highest good of all concerned to also the ones like Mark that will come and share the Diamonds Network and come and share other places. for the highest good of all concerned in the most perfect time in the now. So I just say thank you and welcome, everyone. We are all one, and when one is harmed or compromised, all are harmed or compromised. When one is helped, all are helped. So therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, and I am, and we ask that only the highest good of all concerned happen for Mark and all of his circumstances, for the Candy Shop shows with Mark on them, for all the shows on the Diamonds Network, and all those who will come after Mark. The highest good of all concerned happen. I victoriously declare it, and I thank you, beings, for helping. We ask for help in all ways, known or unknown, understood or not understood. And I just ask you, go now and do God's perfect will under the highest good of all concerned. Thank you, so be it, so it is.
So be it. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. That sets a wonderful tone for our evening. And Mark, you're welcome to the Candy Shop Show.
Thank you, Candy. I'm happy to be here again today. It's exciting. There's always exciting things going on every day. It's been an interesting week, and as I mentioned to you earlier, I've had a little bit of a disruption this week. It just tells me that we're always getting closer to the truth, and it also tells me that they're doing their best to interrupt that which is meant to come forward. In saying that, I have had several opportunities to connect with the Galactics this week in preparation for the solstice, which was quite an amazing event with all the energies coming through, the strawberry moon, and all these openings that are happening. And just wanted to touch base today a little bit on the solstice, what has happened, what has occurred, what the messages were that came forward. I'm sure you probably have received some messages yourself. There's been a lot of interaction out there on the channels going on. So what have you been picking up on?
Yes, it was an amazing time, and I had many opportunities for really powerful rituals on Monday, and of course the full moon itself was at 6:02 Central Time in the morning, and I got to walk a mile both Sunday night and Monday night, about 11 p.m. and just praise it, bright, beautiful sun and the universe as we know that the solstice is important on the universal calendar, and so it was still in such a high after the revelations on Saturday, but I'd like to hear what your experiences were. Yes, that's a perfect topic for the start of our show tonight. About the solstice.
Absolutely. So leading up to the solstice, I'm going to share this, is the Saturday before and the previous Saturday before, there was a huge mothership, a Palladian mothership that showed up over my town here of Huntsville. And I've got some beautiful photographs which I'm going to post on a Facebook page, which I'm putting out. And I just want to put this out there too. What I've done is I've created a Facebook page called Sophia's Gathering, and it's for the light workers to come forward. It's part of the gathering, the 144,000 times 9. And, of course, with times 9, is some of them have come and gone already, so however many the numbers are, or what is left here on the earth, on the planet, shall show up. So I'm just putting that out there, and I'm going to I've created that page, and I'm doing this just new so that people can come on board and to see what's going on, all right?
So tell us again the name of the Facebook page.
It's called Sophia's Gathering.
And spell it.
And Sophia is SOPHIA', and then Gathering. Sophia's Gathering. So Mother Earth, Gaia, Mother Sophia. And so we are gathering together now at this time to raise the frequencies for humanity so that humanity may ascend along with Mother Earth, with Sophia, with Gaia. So this is what I've created, and there's many people who have come on board already, and I'm going to begin posting and putting up posts and different newsletters and so on and so forth. So
well,
this is exciting.
You're certainly welcome to add Elizabeth and I. And is that gathering with an S?
Gathering, just period, just no
okay.
S.
Great. Okay, Sophia's Gathering.
Yeah, you'll see a beautiful picture of a whole bunch of my ancestors, the stone heads from Easter Island, on the page.
and Candy, if Mark doesn't mind, every time you do a call with him, you could, after it gets up on YouTube, you could just copy the URL link and paste it on Sophia Gaia's page.
On the timeline.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That would be wonderful. I would really appreciate that. Absolutely.
And I don't know if you heard me earlier. I posted the first 2 calls you did with Candy on your regular Facebook page, just so you.
Wonderful. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I want to get everything posted on Sophia's Gathering, because it's going to be like the social network for people to come together and gather for what it is that we're here to do now, and for what I am here, what I have come forward to do now and to express as well. So this is good news, and this is exciting to get this together and to get this moving forward. Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
So having said that, moving on. So yes, so there was these huge Palladian motherships which were over top, and of course that to me is just the acknowledgement that everything is on path, on schedule, and moving forward. And especially after having a consultation, a gathering with the councils, the galactics, just a few days prior to the solstice happening. What was occurring was a gathering was held with the galactics from Andromeda, from Arcturus, from Sirius, from Lyra, and from Earth, the Council of Earth, and then of course the ambassadors came forward as well for Andromeda and for Sirius and Lyra and Arcturus, and it was to discuss the solstice, the energies, the change, where we're going, what's going to be happening with regards to humanity. And of course, as we already know, and it's already been set in stone, that Mother Earth is moving forward with her ascension through the 4th to the 5th. It is now for humanity to follow suit and to be able to come along with her, so to speak, on this journey. And so this is what my main mission is, my main goal. And of course, I'm going to encourage our listeners and people out there who are also working towards this goal, so that we may all come forward as one, which is what we were meant to do, correct? So the consent of the councils was that yes, indeed, Gaia, Sophia, Mother Earth is ascending. That is a given. That is already set in stone. That is moving forward. So I will say that in confidence, knowing that that is where she is going. It has also been confirmed that the peoples on the earth, the elementals, all the different animals and groups who are here on the surface, who are sharing this embodiment with Gaia, are in the correct place in space and time. The frequencies are coming through which are meant to come through. The diamond frequencies which have come through this year, which I want to touch on some more, because there was a big opening with that and some events which had to occur in order for that to happen, which I would like to share with the listeners, because I don't know if they really understand what was behind the diamond light or how it even was created or where it came from. All right?
Perfect.
So
we'd like to hear the details.
Yeah, so have you heard anything about where or how the diamond light came through, Candy?
just what you've referred to, I mean, specifically, otherwise, more general. So go ahead and share, Mark.
Okay. All right, absolutely. I'm all for it. So moving forward, so with the council, so there was a confirmation and a whole bunch of head nodding, shall I say, from the different galactic groups, and acknowledging that, yes, indeed, we are ready. Yes, indeed, we are moving forward. And yes, indeed, the path has been created. The energies are at the right frequencies. And with the energies coming through from the full moon and from this solstice is putting us in the right spot, in the right place for the shift to occur throughout the summertime leading into the fall equinox, which is what I was very grateful and happy to hear. And so there was no concern. Everybody was absolutely okay the way things are right now here on Earth. As of course we understand, there's lots of things going on with as Benjamin Fulford report has put out, with the cabal and different activities happening with the events going on down in the Antarctic, with the wars that are happening down there and what is going on. And so definitely things are happening, and we are winning, shall we say, in that regard. So there's lots of mutual consent amongst the galactics and joy, shall we say, that everything is moving along as per this timeline and as per what is desired for humanity. It's one thing for Mother Earth, as you know, to ascend. It's another thing for the rest of us to follow suit. So the good news is we are following suit. So I need to say that too. So moving onwards with the diamond light, Mark, which has been coming through.
Mark, I just want to add the energies because of what I learned. So what he just said was Mother Earth is ascending, and what I learned, what happens is the light codes and the sun energy, it all goes to Mother Earth, the ground, the earth, and then we, like sponges, absorb it from the earth. Is that?
That is part and part to it. Yes, it is. There also has to do with the connections with the pyramids. The pyramids are a great attribution to what's going on, and this is why it's very important that the resonance chambers, which we spoke of last time, the temples, the pyramids, the amphitheaters, which is all part of these Earth circuit boards, have been activated and are now functioning, not fully. They've started to function, so this is getting the frequencies set up to rise so that humanity can tap into that so that we can too come forward. Okay.
And let's do one more layer. There's people on Earth right now all over the world that are, and we're all tuning forks, we're all diamonds, that are at a high vibration. They're doing what Jesus did. and they're kind of like the pyramids too, wouldn't you say? When they walk around, they emit their high energies to us lower tuning forks and help tune us too. So there's a multi-faceted thing going on, huh?
Yes, absolutely. And these people who are already at the fifth dimension, there are many here on Earth already and higher. When they walk the Earth, it's like every step they take, the light goes through their body into the Earth and spreads around them. And it affects in a positive way the surrounding Earth, the elementals and the peoples and the animals within that radius. And so every one of us who is here doing this work right now is making a very positive impact on Gaia and on those of us who are here on the planet herself. Indeed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had a psychic friend visiting periodically my little farm over the last 9 months, and she's just amazed at the increase of frequency and how calm and peaceful my place is becoming over and over through these 9 months alone, and I certainly feel it, and I was pleased to get her affirmation. So as I'm hugging my trees and trying to bring a lot of this higher frequencies down here, and this is all very positive. But Mark, there's an awful lot of talk online and different places, and I know it gets a little confusing to some of our listeners who's seeing how the galactics, want us to be joyous and hopeful, and they use that great energy to improve things. But then they see places online where there's this change could be such a jolt that people are cautioned to, not travel too far from home, not take vacations this summer. Do you think there's any validity to those cautions?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I've heard of some of those cautions that are out there. Make sure you have supplies at home. Well, of course, that would be a prudent thing anyways, to make sure you have supplies. However, I still feel that amongst all that is going on here and what I've seen and what I've experienced, and also in talking with the galactics, that for us to maintain status quo is to let go of the fear of all this fear that we hear on the internet and on the TV and on the radio. Is just to continue on in your heart essence, in your strength, in your beingness, in your higher self, and do the things that you're here to do. Don't let the fear interfere with what it is that you are here to enjoy, what you are here to experience. Because we come here as sentient beings to be, not to do. And so if it is within our beingness to enjoy time by the beach, or if it is within our beingness to enjoy time with our families across the countryside, so do so. This is what my sense and feeling is of the whole thing, because the more of us who stay in that strength of our heart and our knowingness and our beingness, it will bring forward the strength of the law of one, bringing it stronger and stronger as we connect with each other through our harmonics and our frequencies, that this is what we stand for. This is what our intention is. This is what we are creating and manifesting. So as long as we stay within that mindset, as long as we stay within that practice of being in our heart and being in the knowingness of love and just being with our loved ones and our family and doing what it is that brings us joy, it is to stay in these frequencies which will assist to keep us at a higher level, which will assist us to stay at this easier place to do the transaction as we move forward and as the system is changing hands, however that looks like, because we still don't know what that's going to look like. And so it's not to be upset by this warnings and not to be upset by the fear. It's to be in ourselves, in our beingness, in our hearts, and move forward. To me, that resonates well. How does that resonate with you?
Oh, that does sound wonderful. And that's just the optimism and the radiance of our Diamond Network. And so, of course.
Right? So in moving forward in those ways, because even myself, I don't even think twice about those events or whatever is going on. I'm guided to go here, I am guided to go there, or I feel like being here, or I feel like being there, and I go. That's it. I don't even put into the space that something could happen. And as long as you come from that place and space of clarity, of peace, of love, wherever you go, that's what you're going to create, because that's what the energies of this solstice and the full moon have brought forward to us, is a greater ability to manifest, to create, to hold that energy, to hold that frequency of love, and to move forward. And this is what we need to take with us now as we move through the summer into the fall. Absolutely.
Good.
And so having said, yeah, exactly. So having said that, as we move on, so part of the solstice message was what came through. We had Archangel Michael came through and joined us at our celebration, and Archangel Michael came through with a very, very strong message, and it was to those out there, those beings, those entities who are still attempting to steal our energy, who are still attempting to take our manifestations, who are still attempting to come and attack the light beings, those who are here to assist humanity to rise. It was a very strong message this time to stand down, to move aside. We will not tolerate this anymore. It is time for the light to shine, and we are here to shine, and we will stand strong together, and we will support our communities. We shall support our loved ones, our families, and we shall give love and honor thyself. And it is in that network, in that connection, our light will be anchored into the earth, and it will be spread around so that the rest of the beings and animals and elementals shall tap into that, so that we can all rise forward. It was a very powerful message by Archangel Michael that came through. Definitely. I just wanted to reiterate that too.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it's much what the Raw was saying on Saturday as well, through our show.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
And yes. The diamond energies, I kind of brought you down a bunny trail. You were going to talk about the diamond energies, what they were?
Oh, yes, I'm leading into that. So,
great.
Moving forward then, having this, affirmation and Archangel Michael and working together to assist each other and to come forward, still being with the solstice and the ceremony around the solstice, we also had our connections with the Andromedans, and the Andromedans came forward with a message as well, that we are here to experience, we are here to allow, we are here to go with the flow. Do not let all these events, all these stories, all these manifestations of, shall we say, false activities, false events disrupt us. Be strong in who we are, be strong in our heart center. Allow everything to unfold. It is all happening as it is meant to be. And this, for some people, and for a lot of people, as you know, is very hard and difficult to do. It's in the allowing and the unfolding of the events as they come forward. As we sit in our truth and in our heart center, we will know that we can create and manifest that which we need to move forward with. And this was a strong message that came through from the Andromedans at this celebration we had. Absolutely.
So, Mark, the Andromedans were talking about allowing the events. Do you want to speak more specifically as what you see the definition of the event or the event horizon?
Okay, absolutely. I can go into a little bit more detail here. And again, I'm going to get back to the diamond light, of course. So, I've had the honor of being called upon by the Andromedans to work with them. They have sought me out about a month and a half ago through a young lady, and she came forward and brought me forward. And this was done through a lady who is a Andromedan walk-in. All right. And so this lady, when I was working with her and doing some regressions, we took her back to her planet, which was Butte on the Andromeda system. And we were able to go into her home. We were able to see what her house was like, what her lifestyle was like. We were able to walk through the walls and see the outside of the area surrounding her house. We were able to see the transportation devices of the tall buildings that were there on the planet Butte in the session that I did with her. And we were able to understand the group consciousness of these beings who came to Earth, what it was they were here to assist with, what it is that they wanted to do to help us to understand us and work with us. And it was in doing this work that we were able to realize and understand is, okay, so she's on the planet Andromeda. How did she get to Earth? How did she become a walk-in? How was she able to physically or spiritually embody a human body here who had a spirit, a soul already in it, right? And so we walked through her life and saw that she came here to Earth through this spaceship which stopped outside of our solar system, a huge complex, and then from there was a shuttle that came into the Earth. And on the shuttle there was 5 beings, including herself, being 6. There was the 2 captains, there was a communications officer, there was a teleportation officer, and there was a consciousness officer. And so through this work that I've done with her, we were able to go back to the space shuttle and talk to all these entities. Now, at first I was talking Andromedan with them. And then, of course, this was all done telepathically through the lady I was working with. And so I was speaking to them through her. She was the medium, so to speak. And it was in understanding this that I set up a relationship with them, that we connect on a weekly basis. And they are here to educate me and assist me and help me in their perspective. And they came forward and found me through this entity, through this walk-in, so that I may assist them as well. Now, they have 250 walk-ins on Earth right now, and they're expecting and anticipating to have 1,000 walk-ins to come in and assist us here on Earth. So this is very exciting. You know, you can only imagine my excitement.
It is.
You know, I'm speaking with somebody who's on a ship and who I can directly ask questions, and they're talking to me directly. So,
can I say something
so
about
now,
walk-ins?
Sure, go ahead.
Walk-ins. So we had Franco Di Nicolo on, and he talked a lot about that last year. It's on the YouTube with the diamond on the right-hand side of the blog. But about a year and a half ago, first of all, he said this is our natural way of living. Walk-ins, people walk in, walk out as bodies and stuff like that. But a year and a half ago, there was a lot of activity starting up with walk-ins. Like if you were you lived in a family and you learned a lesson within the family, like getting along with your son or something, and other being wanted to experience it, you would go somewhere else, and that being would come in and be able to experience that lesson, because there was only so many that got chosen to come to Earth, and there was a lot of people lined up that didn't go. So now they're getting to be able to come here and go through an experience, because we're strong emotional beings, and not a lot of races are like that. So that's why humans are really curious about that. And so that walk-in stuff is going to even be more and more, and it's a natural state for us because we're supernatural. Our natural state is supernatural. All right, I just want to add that. Thanks.
No, that's wonderful. That's great. So, anyways, in my speaking to the consciousness officer on the ship, he arranged to have a conference at another time. So I went back, and at this conference there was other members there from the Palladian starships, and I was introduced to all these different entities and beings, and one of them was one of my guides on a higher level, and apparently this guide was also a guide for ISIS. And so I got to speak with this guide, and there was other entities who were different telecommunications officers from the Palladian starships and different places. And so now we meet on a regular basis, discussing and getting different perspectives of what's going on and how to deal with things. So this is something which I'm working with right now, and it's quite exciting. And I would like to perhaps at another time bring this person forward so that we may in fact communicate with this shuttle and get their perspective on some things and discussions in which we're involved with.
Wonderful. Yes, we could plan a show for that. And I mean, should we plan it for next Wednesday?
I'd have to confer with the person. However, we could tentatively put something out there. Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Christopher Stephen Jacobs will be on Elizabeth's show on Monday, so we're looking forward to that as well. Wrapping up this important month of June. Now, when you said ISIS, you mean the Egyptian ISIS from long
Indeed.
ago? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was very fascinating, because when this consciousness officer came forward, he actually came forward and said, they have gone to great lengths to create the situation so that this one would meet up with me, so that she would be able to bring me to them to speak with them. because they had said that I would be of great assistance to their walk-ins, to assist them in waking them up to their native language of Andromeda, and to also assist them in other things and moving forward. So I thought that was a great honor and a pleasure in that sense, and so I'm committed to doing that, so to say. And so in moving forward, beyond that, the Andromedans then, yes, they're not here, as they say, they're not here to fix, save, or help in that way. They are here to give us their learning, their knowledge, their perspective, so that we may learn and grow from what they went through and what they experienced in their evolutionary awakening and ascension on their planet. So all of these things I will be bringing forward again through this Facebook page, Sophia's Gathering, and in other ways as well, which I have yet to bring forward. So it's very exciting to get their perspective on all these different things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So moving forward, then I want to go into this about the diamond light, because now is the time of the diamond children, the diamond energies, and the diamond light, which is coming forward. And so I got to take this story. This has been my experience, and I got to go back about, where are we going back? 10, 11, 12 years back. I've been doing some work at that time, some healing work, some basic energy, core belief technology healing, and some different things. And I was in Vancouver at the time. I was out there for a few years. And I was working with it was actually a friend of mine, and he had some heart problems. And so moving through that, towards the end of our session, he says, "Mark, there's someone or something here who wants to speak with you." And I'm kind of surprised, shocked by, what do you mean by that, right? Because to me it's new at that time. I was just learning about these things. And I hadn't had my awakening yet either. And so I said, okay, so let's see what's going on. And so this entity took over my friend and came forward and said, "I am Zorak. Do you have your power back yet?" And I'm in shock. I'm frightened. Is this the devil? What's going on? I'm totally taken back by it. So I do the prayers. I'm doing my chanting and everything I can to get rid of this entity. I don't want to talk to it. I don't want to deal with it. Let's get it out of here. And so eventually it leaves. That's all it said. It says, "I am Zorak. Have you got your powers back yet?" And so it left after about a half an hour, thankfully. And so I have to go 5 years later, after I had awakened. I was dealing with another client, doing a session, and again, this lady at the time said, "There's a being here who wants to talk to you." And I said, and before I said anything, it just came into this person, and it started saying, "I am Zorak. I want to know if you have your power back yet." And at that time, I'm thinking, okay, and I remember the first incident because I would never forget that. And I'm thinking, okay, let's communicate with this being a little bit here. So where are you from? And it was from the stars and the heavens. I want to know if you have your power back yet. And I wasn't sure if it was feeling like it wanted to do battle or if it wanted to do harm or what it was. And so having heard that I'm from the stars and the heavens, I thought, let's get this Zorak out of here somehow. And let's push it away. So again, pushed it out to the side. About after I connected with my crystal council, which we talked about before from the Atlantean times, the ones who looked after the Atlantean crystals, there was a meditation we had done whereby this entity came to the outside of our pyramid where we do our meditations inside of, and was looking in, saying, "I am Zorak. I come to find out if you got your power back yet." And again, we felt a dark energy around it, so we just pushed it away. We did our little invocations to have it leave us, shall we say. And so it wasn't until just before Christmas time, I was doing a session with another friend of mine where we go into the pyramid, as I had mentioned before, the Giza pyramid, to do our meditations, and this entity showed up again. And it was on the outside of the pyramid. And it said, "I am Zorak." And it spoke through my lady friend who I was working with. And he said, "Have you got your powers back?" So at this time I had said, "Yes, I have awakened. I know who I am. I know why I am here." And then it was like she said, this being just had a sigh of relief and said, "Good, then you can help me." And I'm going, wow. The whole time this entity was coming forward all those years, for 12 years, to come for assistance. So I didn't know who Zorak was or what this was about. So when I invited this entity, this energy, into the pyramid with me, and I released some codes of light. As it came in, it was like a dark being. There was a dark shroud around it, very heavy, very burdened. And my friend was saying that, wow, I can see the light lifting. I can see this dark creature being transformed. And this heaviness, this dark energy that has been shrouded around it is being released. And I'm continuing to speak the codes for about 5 minutes. And as this transgression is happening, this being, this entity, is turning into a bright star. And this bright star is in the Milky Way, and then there's many stars attached to this energy, this beingness. And what this Zorak was a fallen angel, a fallen star, a fallen energy, a fallen light. And there was many stars associated with this. It was not just a singularity. It was a cluster, so to speak, of stars, which were then transformed back to their diamond light star shape that they once were before. So I say diamond light at this point in time, okay? Very important emphasis here. So a week later, after that, I kind of felt relieved that, wow, this is really good news. We've done some great work here. We've assisted this energy into returning back to its original form. So a week later, we're working on the Atlantean crystals to activate them once the energy was transmuted from the dark to the light, because it was dark energy put it into it at the time of the fall of Atlantis. So now they had been transmuted into the light, so now they were to be activated. So we called upon the councils of Arcturus, Sirius, Lyra, and Earth to come forward and work with us. And at that time, that was before Ptah came down with a spaceship over Egypt in April, and Ptah's mate, the mother, shall I say. And working with them, we were working with the crystals, and I invoked again some codes of light to activate the crystals. And it was at that time that Zorak came to join us. And we could see with him and with the councils and with the Ptah and Mother, the energies of the crystalline diamond light coming down from this diamond planet and all the other planets that were transmuted back to their original form, coming down into Earth through all the crystals from Atlantis and all the crystals in the planet and the crystal children. Everything crystalline was activated with this diamond light. And to think that it took this much and this much effort and this much understanding, and looking at it in hindsight to see that this is where the diamond light came from. Absolutely phenomenal. Don't you think?
Really, really, what a story. And everything is coming together, though, at the right time and place, Mark. But this is exciting.
Yeah, exciting is definitely the word, you know. It's so mind-bending to even comprehend something like that is possible. Because if somebody could dream it up, I don't think I could dream something up like that. There's not even a possibility to dream up these things as they come forward and as they unfold and as these events happen and as these different synchronicities occur. Again, there are no coincidences. One begets the next, and as it all unfolds and unravels, this is what I have been doing. There have been other beings and entities and light workers out there doing their part in play in bringing forward the ascension of Mother Earth and humanity. So as it all comes together, as we all gather together, and this is why, again, I like to have this Sophia's gathering so that we can all come together and come forward as one and bringing that unity consciousness together. I think that's so important, as you have been reiterating throughout all your shows, too, with the Law of One, with Ra, right?
Yes.
So it's for us as humanity, as Team Earth, so to speak, because we're down here, the ground crew, doing the work. Yes, we do work in our sleep at nighttime on other dimensions and other levels. However, it's what is done here, what is grounded into the grids, what is grounded into the planet, is what makes these events occur. It's what makes these energies show up. It's what makes all of this happen. And I'm just so amazed as to watching, and reading on Facebook and on the internet news and all these different things when, okay, this energy is coming to Earth and this phase is happening now and that's happening. I'm thinking, what's the story behind those energies coming here? Right? Just like I gave you the story of the diamond light. What's the stories about all the other energies that are coming here? What had to happen for that to open up and come through to assist us here at this time? Right?
Yes.
It's absolutely phenomenal what is possible, what is happening. The unimaginable is moving forward at this time, and this is where we're at. Right? So for all our listeners out there, I'm sure there's lots of questions. I don't know if you want to open up for people if they want to ask some questions at this point in time, Candy, or what?
Oh, that sounds fine. Mark, star 6, folks, if you'd like to come in and ask Mark a question. Or share a comment about the Diamond Lights and the stories he has shared. Well, folks can interrupt us throughout the rest of the call, but I was wondering if Patah had a special original message for us here on the Diamond Network.
Oh, he always has something to say.
Okay.
Can I do one thing? Can I do one thing, Candy?
Yes, Elizabeth.
I just want to expand the Law of One prayer that we prayed earlier, and I just call on all the galactics that would want to come through Mark and Patah. We welcome you, and anybody else that if Mark is okay with it and you're okay with it, for the highest good of all concerned, and even ones that have been thinking of speaking through the Diamonds Network. Here's a vessel for you that's willing, if it's okay with Mark. So go for it. Thank you. Love you guys. Highest good of all concerned.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Absolutely. So I'm going to bring Ra-Ta through first because he has some things he would like to say to the listeners out there. Again, it's always a privilege to be able to come forward in such a capacity and through the waves of the frequencies through the station and around the planet. It is the frequency and it is the intention of what is occurring, not so much the numbers that makes it so important and impactful for the vibration of the ascension of humanity. So with that, I will bring Ra-Ta forward to speak, and then I will translate for you. Tu tirini tia Canada da trina o tu kuhuta tu trana de kita to trina o tu chiti de tu chitine ikiti truna utru tutu utru no tutu ni chikianta ta trina e kita to trina o tu chru utu tai ke itrina da. It brings me great pleasure and honor to be here today, to be able to come forward and to express with you here on your radio show. I am grateful to be present and to have the listening of those out there within the audience. I have been here, I have been there, I have come from afar. I am all places at all times. Thru chuhu tahana ha ke ichiata doctrio no otutu kuhuti Kuhuchi ni tedak to tiriono o kuntahara tana te ikichi tu dasta tane ekiano o tuhuchi ati. As I express on this day, I wish to bring forward to those of you who are listening the understanding of ancient times and ancient ways. It has been those times from past, in the time of Egypt, in the time beyond all times, that there has been connections, there has been frequency, there has been waves of energies forever flowing around the planet through the grids of Mother Earth, through the tops of the pyramids, through the lines above Mother Earth, through her magnetic fields, and on and on and on up to her toroidal flow of life. Chutuhunahaya karata tatrane kichiteda do no tu kuntahana da trane keichi tak doctrino tuku tukuhu tu ni tihina da keiachto no tu kunta. It is through these rivers of energy that flow from the tops of these monumental structures, shall we say, and through the flow of these energies shall we reconnect humanity. It is through the flow of these light beings who have come forward at this time to assist in the connection of these energies. And it is to be known that these entities have come forward. These entities are here with us now. It is important to understand that at this point in time they are gathering together. They are learning who they are. They are understanding they are here for a purpose. It is, as we would say, their awakening. Chuhu tu trukna te kiatana doctrino o tuchita do chihitahana da keo tihi kadach de kehi tihini ti ukuchuturu turudu kiatana. And through their awakening, as they come forward, they shall inherit their strengths. Their strengths are within them. They shall understand that they are from individual places, individual planets, and they come together to form an alliance, a great alliance from many races, from many places, from many planets. It is through this covert operation that they come forward to assist, to gather, to learn, to grow, to create, and to bring forward the frequencies which is required of them through their vessels, from their DNA, from their planetary structures, to reactivate these, shall we say, lines of light connecting the pyramids and connecting the crystalline energies around the earth and through the earth, above the earth and into the earth. Chutuhuna a te ki tihi de trino tuya tuyana da kei da no toro un tuhuchi tuhunchuhuchiti tide ne ika ikara de yono ta kinu ta kaine tikio kitieno tu uchiti teda derene ta. And as these entities come forward and gather, which they are gathering as we speak, and they are acquiring their knowledge, which has been in their DNA latent, waiting for the energies of the strawberry moon of the summer solstice to activate. Within this activation shall they be connected to higher levels of consciousness. And these levels of consciousness allow them to access this knowledge which is to be brought forward in the activation of light and codes for these vessels of energy to be transformed and to be created to be sent around the earth. As we have seen it already in our visions, it is here already in our future. We know this to be true. Thru naha keichi ta tak tadai ki top trino tu kuntaha darana dei kiti dara kiti ta takota nektri chita. And as I come forward to assist these beings, these entities of light from this fifth dimensional frequency, I am here to oversee and to watch and to make sure that all this occurs. It is my mission, my purpose, my beingness here on this time as a Ratha frequency to assist through this body, through this mind, through this soul essence with the original blueprint of the DNA of the Ratha as I come forward at this time. Tuni chikite chuki tada drono tu kunta to kunta he ne ikichiata drono o teki teki da tro chutuna taikena. And so in bringing forward these entities to assist and bringing forward the assistance of these energies for the pyramids and the structures of the electrical circuit boards of Mother Earth, shall we say, and bringing forward this knowledge and wisdom. We are bringing forth the rise from the fourth to the fifth dimension. We are bringing forth this within the next decade. This is our purpose. This is our mission. We have already experienced the teleportation aspects of moving from within a pyramid to the exterior of the pyramid, using the light drawn from the pyramids. These shall be experiments done throughout the world with humanity from time when it is correct time to do so. It is in the learning of these moments where we will be able to transport ourselves energetically within the light and the life of the frequencies of Mother, of Gaia, and of the frequencies of that which is brought forward through the pyramids. For that is once where we were before at the Golden Age, and that is once where we shall come to again. Chotuhunta ki dakto dirino tukunta do kuhunta da trene ki chitak doctrino tuku do kuchi te dinini ta da trene ikiata rata. And so in bringing forward to this knowingness, to this understanding of what is to be, what is that we have already seen, as all time is circular, all events have come and gone, and it is in this frequencies which we shall experience this unity consciousness, this oneness with the earth, with Sophia, with the frequencies of the planet, with the frequencies of the pyramids, with the frequencies of the soul families, the brothers and sisters from beyond. I come to you in honor. I come to you in love and light. I am Ratha. That's a beautiful message.
Thank you. Yes, it's an interesting and I've never heard the language before spoken as, and so Ratha is of the bird tribe.
Well, let us just say that Ratha is the earthly embodiment of Ra. Ta is Terra of the earth, and Ra is of the sun, the galactic central sun. That is the birthplace of the soul spark of Ra. And so Ra speaks through others, and Ratha is here in embodiment.
And is he speaking in Pleiadian or Andromedian?
The language he speaks is the language of light. It is the light language from the central sun. It is that of the ancients. It is that which has brought him forward to be here at this time, and it was that which brought him forward to be Ratha in ancient Egypt. It was that which brought him to be forward in the time of Atlantis, and it is that which brought him forward to be there in the time of Lemuria. It is that through the ancients and through the councils that the frequency was here to express in embodiment.
Well,
Indeed.
this is just wonderful. I think we're all honored here on the Diamond Network to receive this message, and we just give thanks and appreciation to Rata. And I wondered if you have another galactic that would like to speak.
Well, then there's Rata's higher self, Ptah, who likes to speak always. So, indeed,
Okay.
just, I don't know where we're going to go with that today. Okay. Let's just see what he has in mind. It's usually like a very interesting sensation. We're going to talk about today with the solstice, with the diamond light knowledge, with this understanding about the pyramids coming through, with the energies and frequencies. All right. Thru no tukuhutahana hata chikita to thru no uchu no dikia dikia nakta tre kita ona de kitona ta treo ta treno kuchihita da trene ni na da tutruta. I come forward today in honor and grace to be with you once again. I am grateful as it is an opportunity for me to come forward to speak with my frequency being cast out through the airwaves and networks of the communication systems here on the earth. It is through this intention of releasing these frequencies and vibrations, the message shall be received on many levels and many multiplications, not just what is heard, however, what is put through the heart of the listeners and what is put through the airwaves of the Mother Earth. Do no kunta haya tarana da keia te keina doina tarana da kaha. It is with these words that is being spoken today, being brought before you, which I have great honor in giving and in bringing forward. And these words are indeed intended for the listening audience. They are indeed intended for humanity. They are indeed intended for the rise now that we have come into the summer energies past the solstice. It is for these energies now which come forward to invoke an awakening within humanity, which is here, which is waiting to feel the rise, which is waiting to understand what this is all about, which is waiting to experience that which is to be experienced. Thru na de na aftara na ta ki chi ti de de no tu kunta te kunta ha ta na na ke yo ta ta ke no o tu ye chi ki ta da na ha so it is essential to understand that as mankind, as we call it, has fallen from a higher frequency to a lower frequency. And now it is time for the reversal of such occurrences to occur. This has not been experienced on this planet before. This has been experienced on many other planets. However, this planet is experiencing her first ascension of embodiment of Gaia, of Mother, her first embodiment ascension of the elementals, the beings, the plant life, humanity on her back. Tunaha te ki chite tutono chutu chotu taha ta tarane kiano ta krene yono tu kruta e krutahana e na da no tu ki chite tuto tuha durana ta keita. As we come forward in this knowledge and this understanding and this awakening at this crucial timeline, and this timeline of Mother, of Gaia, we come forward to understand that the frequencies which are rising through us are permeating up through the Mother. They're coming in through the Mother as the Mother absorbs the frequencies from the galactic central sun, that from the diamond light as well, and that from the sun. The flares, the rays which are coming forward are all impacting her body. And that which impacts her body rises through her and permeates through her system of energy, which in turn affects the system of energies of all that life abound upon her surface. Tona, hey, yada, to, to, kuhu, chiti, yada. Dairana, takeyo, takeyono, to, kuhucha, daikeina, jo, jona, daina, pata. And as the frequencies coming forward are indeed making changes, indeed humanity is rising, indeed energies are shifting, and indeed people are, shall we say, not fully understanding what is occurring, what is happening, and yet it is happening in their sleep, it is happening in their wake, and it is happening. And it brings me great joy to see all this coming forward to each and every one, each and every elemental, plant life, rock, crystalline, droplet of water, and all the things that sing and shine upon this wonderful, glorious planet. I have come forward to bring light, I have come forward to bring messages of joy, and I have come forward to express. I am Pata.
Wonderful. That's just beautiful. Well,
that is a wonderful.
Yes.
Any comments? Any thoughts? Any?
Well, we should do well with all this wonderful help that we're getting.
Yes, indeed. There is much coming forward, and there is much coming from the galactics. There is much, shall we say, mutual agreements upon the galactics. There is much cleansing which is going on, which we are hearing from others out there as well. And it's an exciting summer we're going to have. That's all I can say. I'm really looking forward to it and to bathing in the limelight of the sun and of the energies coming from the galactic central sun, and just the diamond light coming in from the Zorak and the Milky Way, and all these different frequencies embodying us here, just permeating through our essences and rising us higher and higher. Yes, we're going to have a great summer, no question about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you've encouraged me to go ahead and take my vacation. I was planning to Baltimore, and if anybody wants to look me up in Baltimore, do contact me.
There you go.
Make my way east to Maryland. And folks, remember, you can contact Candy at keytotruth at yahoo.com, and you can get those magical awards, as I said, for a self-addressed envelope for $5. And would love to hear from you. And folks, if they want to send me a message for our guest, through Facebook, that is one way that I sometimes receive questions. But I know that sometimes the questions are far and few between, as we are just all absorbing all this information. Well, listen, Mark, you please check with the others to see about the special request for next Wednesday. And
yes, indeed.
Yes, I think that it's about time that we could wrap up another edition of the Candy Shop Show and just express our appreciation to you and the galactics that come through you.
Thank you very much, and I'm very grateful to be here. And just again, to let the others know, if they'd like to get in touch with me, they can email me at selfquesthealing@gmail.com. And, of course, they can also connect into the Sophia's Gathering on Facebook. All right, so thank you very much, and blessings to you, blessings to the audience. Much love from me, from Rata, from Pata, and I look forward to speaking with you again next Wednesday.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for your service in all ways. All right, folks, have a happy, joyous week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Are you looking for healing or a change in your life to help you enjoy it more fully? You might benefit from a galactic energy reading and clearing from Chris Jacobs. Chris will work with you on a soul level to clear unseen negative influences, implants, programs, contracts, and energetic blocks. Chris Jacobs is a gifted energy healer. Contact him today at ChristopherStephenJacobs@gmail.com.